This is like me in a candy store because this truck is so incredibly creative. It's mind-blowing. Surprise! It's me, Morgan. We're in Simi Valley. I'm gonna host this episode to go see a special truck I've been wanting to see in person for a long time and I haven't seen yet. And there's the guy. This is Cameron. First time seeing the truck.
Up,
Second time seeing you.
Yes, sir.
But this is that beautiful C10. So this is the special C10. Let's go over again what year this thing is.
What year is it?
It was brand new.
It was a 85. C10
85.
Cab, yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know where to start. It's just so stunning. So you said this thing started out as your stock truck,
Yeah.
and you daily drove it. When did this teardown begin? I mean, this is a full tube chassis truck, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing left. It looks like there's a bulkhead down there.
Yep.
That looks like some of the only plate work on the truck. Once you start doing this and you start looking at it, it gets so insanely intense so quickly. Everything is a radiused, rolled, bent notch tube, fully TIG welded. There's so many spots to this thing where I can't even digest it all, you know? It's absolutely stunning. We talked about you starting off your welding thing. So you started off in high school,
Yeah.
right? And you took
ROP.
ROP.
Yeah.
And then you were at Roper
Yeah.
for a bit?
Yeah, I worked at for Roper for a little bit. Worked at Scott's Hot Rods for a little bit. Had a job just welding parts all day, you know?
Yeah.
500 of these, 100 of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever, and I think that's what really dialed it in.
Yeah. I always kind of try to talk about design and not having like box sections that are angular and then radius sections and, you know, trying to incorporate a language through the whole truck that makes sense. Every piece you look at, the detail is incredible, you know, and then I always see that you sign off with your welds. Is usually in your intersections, you'll have a little tie off, I guess you could say, you know, with your bead. Is all of this truck like a double pass situation with the TIG weld?
Yeah.
I mean, you set up a root pass and then you go over it and cover it.
Yeah. Just go real hot and then just come back in and add a bunch of meat.
Yep.
Out of paranoia.
Out of paranoia.
You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it gives you that room to make it clean too. It cleans it up.
Yeah, definitely.
From what I see, 4-link rear, kind of a short course style 4-link. Upper links are out and spread out instead of on top of the diff where they usually are, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Standard trailing arms, except they're not standard because they're this whole entire program. It's stunning. The pictures, you know, don't do it justice. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, man. And then what made you do the upper links like that, where they're spread out and they're not on the third member area of the center?
I just did it like that. We've been all the Armada trucks are similar. The same kind of setup. Everyone's been liking it so far, so I just kind of took all the same positions that all the other drivers have been liking and just applied it. Yeah. Because tried a couple different things and that seems to be what everyone liked the best.
Yeah. And what's your travel on the rear?
I don't know.
Whatever the straps are.
Yeah.
And then like the twisting of the straps, I mean, is that just a aesthetic because of the rest of this thing?
Yeah, and a mistake too. You know?
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're too long, so I just twisted them up a little bit, you know?
Yeah. This thing's so gorgeous. I don't know how to cover everything, you know, and there's so much different stuff like the paneling. It looks like it's 1/4-inch ABS, you know, or 5/16 or something, where it's not standard, you know, tin like a 063 style tin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper and thicker, lighter, you know.
Have you weighed the truck?
I weighed it when I was dry. It was like 3,800 pounds.
3,800, so that's relatively light.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So the other thing we can cover is the instrument panel, right, and the dash.
Just want to do something different. Just got some plywood from Home Depot. I was just gonna make like a template or something, you know, see how it kind of looked. It ended up looking pretty good, so I just put some gloss on it or some.
Yeah, it's like a finished hardwood.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
I mean, it's literally a hardwood dash, right?
Yeah.
So it's absolutely stunning, dude. It's tricky for me because this is the first video I've done where I've gone and talked about someone's truck, and I appreciate all walks of life and fabrication and how people do things, you know, other than how I would do something. It's not about like how nice something is all the time. It's just about how someone puts something together that's different from how you or I would do it. This is like me in a candy store because this truck is so incredibly creative. It's mind-blowing. I hope I can share that through the camera and make sense of this. You know, and I'm sorry for sitting here. I've given him like 3 or 4 high fives.
High five!
It's not my design style, but I don't give a shit because it's proper design and it's beautiful and it's done so nicely and right. And it takes more because even, you know, a shock mount like this, to just get your shocks mocked up where they need to be, and then to do this stuff where you land a tube perfect in line where it needs to pick up on the shock and that tube is rolled, that's a huge thing, you know. And you know, all the pickup tubes for supports, everything that a plate shock mount would be being made into a tube structure, that's time and work and thought. Motor wise, definitely an LS in there. I can see the intake manifold.
Just a 5.3 out of my old pickup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing special.
Financially, this is almost budget style.
Yeah.
Right? And you built it here.
Yeah.
In this garage.
Yep.
Which is, you know, again, impressive.
The goal is just as cheap as I could and as fast as I could.
Yeah.
The easiest way.
What's your time from start to finish on this whole project?
Probably 2 years.
2 years?
In my spare time, yeah.
Yeah.
Working at lunch, you know, working after work. A little
And
bit
you're a
before
410
work.
guy too, right?
Yeah.
So you're working 4 days off and then 4 days on, 3 days off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of good work on Friday, definitely.
Hell yeah. So again, like, I mean, this is just the engine compartment. I mean, everything's thought out, you know. There's tube connectors that are crossing over the engine, you know. Power steering pump is floating on that whole structure that's part of the belt system. And I don't know if it's easy for you guys to see, but it's just, the packaging is so insane, you know. And like you know, the center bulkhead, it's all, you know, looks like 1-inch tubes with bends in them, fully TIG welded. I mean, it's some of the most impressive stuff I've ever seen. And I just, again, high five on that.
Hell yeah,
that's an awesome thing, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's so good. So you're running a rack on here. Did you think about doing swing set?
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was gonna do. I just kind of started holding it up there, and then I was like, oh, I gotta bring it down here. So I came up with that.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird shaped thing, but it works.
This like Viking spear thing here. I mean, if you guys, that looks like it's about 1/2 inch, and it's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
You know, recessed mounting location, so that's below the skid, so you could call that a rock splitter if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But that thing is nasty. I mean, that'll split anything.
Yeah, you see a lot of chassis getting beat up down there. So
Yeah, and I mean, it adds just your sense of design it's perfect. You know, it's like this whole thing speaks the same language, you know, and it makes sense. Super. It's awesome. Fox shocks. What are you running with that stuff as far as stroke, diameter, all that stuff?
Fox 3.5 18-inch.
Okay.
And then 2.5 coilover. 16.
And then a 2-inch bump stop.
Yep.
Right there. And then for the front, what's the program for the shocks in the front?
Same program up there, 18 and 16.
And I like how you have them like buggy style where they're in line. Yeah. So they're not usually like with A-arm trucks, they're, you know, either coil over and bypass, you know, next to each other. And this has that kind of class 1 style, you know, coil over inboard bypass on the outside. And then as far as your steering, I mean, what steering rack is that? Whose is that?
That's the How.
That's the How.
The big one, yeah. Trophy truck.
And then that's the same with the pump.
Yeah, same big old aluminum pump.
That pump's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of said before, is how it's floating. You know, this thing is, everything is either, you know, bent or radiused, and it's like this pump is floating on its own system on this cross brace that's tied in to the belt system. On top of that steering servo here is running a shaft through the belt and then over into the cab where the steering wheel attaches to it, which is already crazy. You know, sometimes when I build stuff and I need to mount stuff, I take like pieces of scrap, you know, whether it's like 1/8 inch or some kind of, you know, square tubing, and I will tack it in a spot where I can clean the tack up.
Yeah.
And I will hang that thing wherever I want it to be.
Yeah.
And then I'll build to it.
Yeah.
Right? So is that kind of what you were doing with this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a bummer because sometimes on like tubing like this, you know, if you have like a prepped tube where the junction has, you know, no mill scale on the tube, and it's got like, you know, you don't want to tack to an area and then have to break that piece off and sand that area because it would show. I mean, obviously this whole this is all DA'd, so that's all sanded nicely, but it's like everything is so sanitary, you would never know that there was anything tacked or, you know, done here. And I mean, that's the same. So was this an item like you built in the truck and then you took off and welded on the table?
No, actually that one I just built it right there. Yeah.
And then just welded it through right there?
Yeah.
Gosh, dude. Like, I don't know. I just have to smile at it. It's just so good. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
You killed it, dude. It's
really
insane.
Appreciate it,
yeah.
man. Hell yeah, dude. That means a lot coming from
I mean, I think you guys can put it together with this thing, and it's like, you know, I can't stress enough, just, it's not just the design, but the finish work. It's immaculate, and it's sanitary, and it's so special looking because there's nothing like this. And that's why, you know, you look at everything, even when you look at, like, this is ABS paneling, but I mean, you know, instead of just a basic mesh cutout where you'd have, you know, a flat plane with a radius, there is, you know, multi-diameter circles that are done in such a way where it works. You know, it looks like something you could do like, you know, digitally, you know. And did you do all these by hand too?
Yeah.
All the holes?
Yeah.
And then how many hours do you think you have in holes on this thing?
You know, it's plastic, so you just punch right through. Yeah, no biggie. Yeah, plastic's easy to work with compared to metal.
And then, I mean, obviously stainless headers.
Yeah.
Are those 1 7/8 primaries?
Yeah, primary 1 7/8 to some 2-inch.
Yeah. So when I say primaries, you guys, I mean just, you know, primaries are the main tubes that come off of the engine block. And, you know, these would be 1 7/8 diameter. And they loop through under here. It's kind of hard to get to. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, it's still kind of tricky. But they loop through, and then this looks like maybe 3.5 inch.
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah, 3-inch, the 3.5.
Yep. And then it's just a big old exit dumping right before your door.
That's it.
Now, how is that for noise? I mean, are you a headset guy, or what do you do when you drive this thing?
It's pretty loud, but I like it.
Yeah. Do you run helmets or headsets?
Yeah, just a helmet.
Helmet?
Yeah, that's all we got so far.
Now, is that just a helmet, like a moto helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm into that. No, I'm into that.
Yeah, one day I like to get, you know, Parker pumpers and a radio and all that stuff, but just the bare minimum so we can drive it for now.
So this thing is turnkey plumbed by you? Wired by you?
Yeah.
Just complete turnkey truck done by you, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. What did that housing start off as? What's the axle?
That was just the F9 Curry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's got a Evan Weller third member in it?
Yeah, got Evan Weller in there.
There he is. Seems like everybody has those.
Yeah, they're the best.
And then you're running a 37-inch BF Goodrich project?
Yeah, 39s.
Baja TA? Oh, 39.
Yeah.
These look small though.
Yeah, it looks small in this truck for some reason.
Yeah, I fell for it with these. I mean, from the front view, like, it looks 39, and then these guys, I'm like,
Yeah.
It looks like a 37 on
That's
there.
funny. That's the same thing.
As far as the inside of this, what kind of systems are you running for electronics and things?
It's just a micro squirt computer for the LS, and then the Intellitronics display,
Yeah.
and then just an iPad for the GPS and stuff like that. It's actually been working really good. And then that's just like a tablet connects to the computer, so you can tune and stuff.
Yeah. And what have you dynoed this or anything?
No.
No. What do you think it makes?
I don't know. Not very much.
Yeah. Does it feel fast?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, do you want to run through your systems and turn this thing on and get it going?
Hell yeah.
And there's that Dakota Digital. What is that stack?
This one right here?
Yeah.
This is the Intellitronics.
Oh, that is that thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I'm just ignorant to knowing any of that stuff. I just don't know, you know, any electronics.
I don't know shit about electronics.
Yeah, same. That's your fans. Pretty basic and simple, huh? Simple. Yep. Should we go for a ride? For a street pass? Hell yeah. Well, Cameron, beautiful girl, man. Thank you. I asked Cameron earlier, is this thing, I mean, I already knew the question and the answer, and I asked him if it was equipped for running any kind of glass or fiberglass on it. And I mean, obviously this thing has its own proportions built into it where it might not be set up for that, but it's no, it's no kind of machine that you'd want to have covered with glass anyways. It's a stunning, every single corner of this thing and every single piece is stunning. I mean, I even looked at the seat mounts, like these seat mounts are even floating in here, I mean, your trans is bare bones, but obviously it's all got Zeus buttons for panels, but even like, look at the details, like the seat mount, it's a Sparco shell seat, and it's floating here, in these mounts, safety wired. Just stunning. I mean, you look at your upper links, your upper link mounts. It's perfect.
Yo, if you guys think we gotta have this thing at the Off-Road Expo this year, let us know if it happens, right?
That's not even a question, though, really. Cameron, thank you again. I hope I did okay, you guys. This is the first time I've been holding a camera and talking to it.
I don't think I've seen Morgan more excited about any truck. So
that's true.
You know what?
I had a broken face here with just a stuck smile.
Working out those face muscles. But yeah, guys, if you guys like what you see here, definitely check out his page. Check out Morgan's page for updates in his shop. If you guys like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button, leave comments, let people know about the page. We're trying to grow. You guys can help us do that. Later, guys.